Okay, I'm back here with Priest. So Priest got a lot of really powerful cards this set, and most notably, because I predicted that Scholomance Academy is going to be a control set, I think that benefits Priest a lot better than other classes. So I'll just go right in. So like in a value control meta, Priest is going to be obviously an insane class. And with cards like Initiation, with cards like Brittlebone Destroyer, which I'll go into later, and even card draw cards like Draconic Studies and Raised Dead, Priest is going to be a really powerful class in Scholomance until they get micro adjusted. Anyway, going over cards. Wave of Apathy. So the orange casting card of the set, it's better in Priest than it is in Paladin because Priest has stuff that interacts with things with like that have one attack. Like you have Shadow Word Pains, you have the Cabal Acolyte card, that the 2/6 taunt later. You have Shadow Madness, you have Cabal Shadow Priest. You have a lot of things that actually interact with this. It's still not good. It's still a 2-star card, but it's still a 2-star card. It's still not good because you need a board most times to use it, but it's a lot better in Priest because they can actually do things with it. Draconic Studies, Discover Dragon, your next one costs 1 less. It's discovering a dragon. That's obviously really, really good. High 4-star card. Like discovering a dragon and getting a cheap dragon out, that's going to be really useful. Raised Dead. Deal 3 damage to your hero, return 2 friendly minions that died this game to your hand. 0 mana, draw 2, and then the deal 3 damage to your hero. I should have brought that up earlier, but one of the mechanics Priest has is if your health changes this turn, something happens. I'll go over those cards later, but this is a good card for that. It's a good card for Spell Burst. You're Priest, so you've got a lot of health anyways, so that's never going to really matter for you. So, like, yeah, you're going to draw cheap things, but there's still good things that you're going to get. This, to me, it's a 4-star card. It's a card I think you really want to take. 0 mana, draw 2 is, yeah, just that good. Frazzled Freshman. 1 mana, 1/4. So, yeah, this is 2-drop worth of stats for 1 drop because it's Priest, but Priest gets a lot of stuff that buffs stuff, and Priest can just, like, hit it into something and then heal it up. So, yeah, Frazzled Freshman. I think this is a high 3-star card. I think this is better than any 1-drop in the game for Priest. I think just like a really good card. All right, next one we've got rares here. Initiation, deal 4 damage to a minion. If that kills it, summon a new copy. So I compare this to Bane of Doom. Bane of Doom deals 2 damage to a minion. If it kills it, summon a random demon. You can throw that on a cheap thing. But honestly, if you hit this on like something like a 3/4, if you have 3/4 plus this, that's more than value on it. That's good value. You're going to hit this on big things. Just like the immediate tempo and removal from this. Like compare this to, in a sense, Firelands Portal. Firelands Portal, 7 mana, deal 5, summon a random 5-drop. And that's like a 120 card. This 6 mana, deal 4, and if you summon a 4-drop from it, that's like Firelands Portal levels worth of value for 6 mana. Now, with that said, that it has to kill the minion is actually a key thing, and that's like the only thing holding me back on this card. So it's only a 4-star card because of that. And it's actually not even the best rare card that Priest has. But yeah, still, obviously, really, really good card. Powered Word Feast. Give a minion +2/+2. Restore it full health at the end of this turn. This second part is like is super, super powerful. So, give minion +2/+2 for 2 mana. We've seen that. That's fine. But restore it to full health. Let's say you have a Yeti, a 4/5. Your opponent has a Yeti, a 4/5. You play a 2/2 on the Yeti, you get a 6/7, and you're left with the 6/3. 6/3, there's a lot of things that deal 3 damage. It probably won't live. But you play this, and now your 6/3 is a 6/7. So you've got a much, much, much bigger minion, a much stickier minion that's going to stick for just 2 mana. And this combos with the Frazzled Freshman, the 1/4, 1 mana 1/4. This combos with a lot of stuff. So yeah, this is a 4-star card. This is going to be a powerful card. This is a card you really want to take. Gift of Luminance. We went over this in Paladin. This is average. Like the Divine Shield, it's kind of useful for priests because they don't have that. And if you put buffs on it, sure. But ultimately, it's a 2-star card. It's a card you take because you don't want to take the other crap. And finally, Brittle Bone Destroyer. Battlecry. If your hero's health is changed this turn, destroy a minion. So that's a priest and warlock both have this mechanic. And in priest, oftentimes you don't want to heal your face. Oftentimes you want to heal your minions. So it's going to be a lot harder in priest than in warlock to get this effect to trigger, but it's still a 6-star card. Like it's still 4 mana, 3/3, destroy a minion with a semi-reliable trigger. Like I'm not sure. I think this might actually be strong enough that people do not attack priest. Like if this becomes a thing, this might actually be strong enough where people will intentionally not attack priest in the face when they can because they're too afraid of giving them an avenue to play this card. For epics, Devout Pupil, same problem as Paladin. It's a better Sunwalker, so that puts it at a low 4-star card. But you're not going to really get that much stuff you're going to be able to cast on it, so the cost 1 less is not going to be all that great. It's still a good card. As I said, low 4-star is still very good. But yeah. Cabal Acolyte. I talked about this a little bit earlier. Taunt. Spell Burst. Gain control of a random minion with 2 or less attack. This should actually just be take control because that's the Cabal Shadow Priest effect. And the Shadow Madness effect is gain control, and that gives the minion rush. So there is an inconsistency in wording, which hopefully it's Blizzard. They're not going to fix this. But yeah, like obviously insane card. It requires your opponents to have some stuff that costs 2 or less on the board. But the Spell Burst and Priest is going to have some cheap spells. But yeah, this is an easy 4-star card. I might be underrating this. This might be a 5-star card. I think it's just like a really powerful card. Flesh Giant. Costs 1 less for each time your hero's health has changed during your turns. In Warlock, this is absolutely insane. In Priest, this is kind of... I don't want to say it's bad. It's okay. It's good. It's definitely good, but it's not insane. The problem is, you do not want... Something I just realized on this. All right, sorry, during your turns. I was going to say something I realized, but what I realized was wrong. Anyways, the problem with this is you do not want to heal your own face. You generally do not want to do that. You want to heal minions. If you're healing your own face, you've done something wrong. So outside the 0 mana Raise Dead card, you're not really going to change your hero's health. And the result of that is that this is usually going to be like maybe at best a 7 mana, possibly a 6 mana 8/8. And that's okay, but that's not great. So to me, for Priest, it's a 3-star card. Like you don't change your health enough on your turn to justify it. Finally, we got Legendaries here. Mindrender Elucia. If you're a priest and you have fewer cards than your opponent, you've done something wrong. So ultimately, like Mindrender Elucia, it's a cool card for constructed to screw with people. In Arena, it's a low 1-star. It might even be a 0-star. It's a 1-star card. It has its situations where it matters, but yeah, I would not want to take this. Hyabus Allura, same thing as Paladin. You have so much stuff in your deck that will target it that you don't want it, and the spell burst is probably a negative, but still you can just choose not to cast spells with this, and that makes it a 3-star card. Okay, well, actually, one thing with this. Because you do have cards like Shadow Word Death and Mind Control and Grave Runes and Psychic Split, there is a lot more upside for this card than Paladin. And for Priest, there's a lot less, like, as if you don't have a Shadow Word Pain, then this is probably not going to get screwed over by any of your cards. So I think it is actually better in Priest. Like, there are some bad things with it, but the bad things usually just damage it, and you can heal it if necessary. So I think it's better in Priest. So it's still a 3-star card. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a 3-star card. It's better in Priest than Paladin. It's still not that great. Last one here. Disciplinarian Gandling. After you play a minion, destroy it and summon a 4/4 failed student. You want to be drafting bigger things than 4/4s in Priest. So I ultimately think Gandling is not going to be a good Priest card. Like, it's 4 mana 3/6, so it's still useful, but that just makes it a 2-star card. Let me see, what are the failed students? The failed students are zombies. Okay. They don't look like 4/4s, but sure. All right. That is Priest. Next round will be Rogue. So I will see you guys in the Rogue video.